Hey VC, this is Eric. I am back with another vinyl episode. So I'm going to be talking about 10-inch records, which I have a couple of. I keep them in this box, which is actually a pizza box from a place in Minneapolis. If you ever get to Minneapolis, great pizza. Or they had great pizza last time I was there. And also, just inside the box, I do keep this bag from Flat Black and Circular, which is a record store in East Lansing, Michigan, which I've been shopping at for more than 20 years at this point. So let me grab the 10-inch records and set the box down. To start off, I'm just going to show these real quick because I've already talked about these. This is Drivin' and Cryin's songs from the turntable, or for the turntable. And this is Think Link Volume 2. If you run across this one, pick it up. Highly recommended. Next, I've got the Diaboliques. Itching for Action. The Diaboliques were a 90s garage band. I don't know if they're still around. Not really haven't looked. This is on Dionysus Records. I believe it's on black vinyl, so there's nothing really to see there color-wise. But, yeah, cool band. Fun, kind of mod garage stuff. Girl singers. Check it out. I love the cover there. All right. Now we've got Sounds of a Room Full of Heads Noodling. This is, or Heads Nodding. This is actually a local compilation from here in Michigan. The only bands that people would know on here are, well, there's none. There's a band called Real Rayan, which is pretty cool. There's a band Megahertz, MHZ, which the drummer was actually in the band the Von Bondies later on. And then there's a band on here called Mazinga, which my brother used to manage, doing a cover of Asteroid B612. Just a great little local comp. All right, Shooter Jennings for George. So I've talked about his most recent for Giorgio, the Giorgio Moroder tribute. This is his George Jones tribute record. It's on white vinyl. You can kind of see it peeking up there. I have not listened to a lot of these as much as I should have because I did not have a decent record player to play them on. And now that I have a player, I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to play these because it does not have a setting for 10-inch records. This is Game Theory. This is the reproduction, or this is the repress on Omnivore Records, which came out a couple of years ago. Game Theory were an 80s college rock band. This one's on clear vinyl. They were on Enigma for a while, which is why I was interested in them. But a lot of their stuff's been reissued on Omnivore. This is the other reissue I have. This one is Distortion. I think these were original EPs. They got repressed as 10-inch records. And that one's on green vinyl. Like 80s power poppy college rock stuff. Check it out. It's all over the YouTubes there. This is Los Kahunas. This is surf stuff. I dig some surf stuff. Yeah. Every once in a while. Great 10-inch. It's on blue vinyl here. You know, it's great stuff to put on at a party or in the background and that kind of stuff. All right. So in the 90s, I was involved with we'll just call it the high energy international rock and roll scene. My brother, as I mentioned, managed that band Mazinga. We put out a couple of records on our label. One of the bands that we were really friends with was this band from Washington, D.C. called Adam West. And this is their Highballs, or Rollin' 7-inch or 10-inch. Cruiser is a cover of a Norwegian band called Menson's song. Sin City is AC/DC. And I believe Cold Sweat is a cover of, I want to say Thin Lizzy. No, it's Thin Lizzy. Really cool band. Imagine like Danzig fronting AC/DC or Black Sabbath. So if in the 90s you were like, where are all these rock and roll bands that are grooving on those classic 70s rock sounds? They were part of this high energy international scene, mainly centered around North America, a little bit of Canada, Australia, and the Nordic countries. And that leads us to the Datsuns, who were from Norway. They were also part of that scene. I really haven't listened to this record a lot, but one of the guys in the band, Pete, was in a band called Hellride that I really liked. I met him a couple times. Really nice guy. So there's that. And then Sweden gave us the Demons, who were also part of that scene. These guys were maybe a little less inspired and a little more generic than the rest of the bands, but I still dug them. I still think they're pretty good. So this is their Come Bursting Out 10-inch, which is well worth a listen. Then I have a compilation 10-inch that has a bunch of those bands. So Dead Sheriff was from Norway. There's Marky Ramone, the Speed Kings, Muscle Car from Australia, Rickshaw, another Swedish band that I knew. Yeah, cool stuff, worth checking out. And I want to say that this one was on some kind of colored vinyl. Let's see. Yep, there it is, yellow vinyl. Okay, next up, we have the most famous band from that whole scene, the Hives. This is their Guilty 10-inch, and I think it's just black vinyl as well. I'm not going to bother pulling out. So they were probably the best known of those bands. They probably didn't get the career they should have gotten, but they were a great band. Also got to meet them once or twice. Very nice guys. So another scene that doesn't get a lot of love is the Hammerlock, the Confederacy of Scum scene, which was kind of a southern punk metal, good stuff. Just check it out. This is the Hammerlock, which was my favorite band from that scene. There's also bands like Anti-Scene and As I Hang and Whiskey Rebels in a band called Rancid Fat. So this is one of their 10 inches. Check that out. And then finally we have the Gin Goblin. So the other thing I was really into during that time period was horror punk, and I'm still into a certain degree. And the Gin Goblins, I believe, were out of Scotland. Very cool. I usually don't dig on red vinyl. Very cool blood-spattered sleeve and on red vinyl. And then this thing came with all kinds of stuff. So you have the sleeve, which I showed. And I just dropped something. You got this booklet that's got all kinds of crazy stuff in it. A couple of flyers. I ordered this directly from the band, as I recall. Yeah, and what I dropped was some stickers. And then a poster. Once again, don't know if these guys are still around. I liked what I heard from them. They were pretty cool. Never heard about anything else coming out. So, at any rate, there we go. There's my 10-inch record collection. I hope you dug the video. If you did, hit like or subscribe. Dislike if this isn't your thing. That's cool. Anything, let me know. I'll catch you all later.